like you get a sense for, okay, people that do these things and have these grades and went to these schools are likely going to be better, but you're also missing out. You might be filtering out people that would be great at the job, but they just don't have X, Y, and Z attributes. So we're talking about capacity, not personality characteristics or like attributes or hobbies or all these other things. So, like I said, I feel like it's just that we're missing a piece of the equation when we're making a decision. Like, why not bring in some of these analytics into the system so we can hopefully make more informed people decisions?
Agreed. And it's not necessarily replacing the intros or these other things. It's another piece of information for that person to evaluate the company and leadership better.
Yes,
More
exactly.
information to make better decisions. Be more informed.
Yeah, be
That's
more
all it is.
informed. Yeah, like wouldn't you like to know? That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah. No, I think everybody would love more information, definitely in today's day and age. If that is the case where there is, I would say, a better lens on who that leadership group is that's applying, how does that help remove the bias or level the playing field a little bit for minorities or women that are applying? Because you said like 2% of the funding goes to women
Women
and
and
people
minorities.
in
Yeah, and
minorities.
I think it's around 2 to 3. I've heard, but obviously still within the band of surprising. But and those are just two forms of diversity. Obviously, I'm not trying to make this a conversation about just improving like the diversity of specific genders or ethnic backgrounds. But I think there's many different kinds of diversity that we're missing out on. But I think we are kind of we when we're enabling our pattern recognition to inform our decision making, that has validity. But I think sometimes these patterns have unconsciously become ingrained in us, and we're not necessarily questioning where they're coming from. And so we're just making these decisions like, oh, I really resonate with this person, or but they might just sound like you. They might, be very charismatic, or they might be verbose. People tend to really like when people talk a lot in some instances. I mean, they're just a variety of factors of that can persuade someone to make a decision to hire, when what we're doing takes it's got a human component, but we're really taking AI and we're evaluating the way that people structure sentences through stories, through telling stories, and through giving examples of something. We can get a good sense of how they structure their thinking and their sentence structures, to give that perspective of like how complex is their thinking and how resilient are they under pressure. And so those are really what we're looking for. And so you're getting to the underpinnings of how someone's operating internally and making decisions. It's just a good proxy for that.